When we're little babies, we don't need courage. We don't need courage because we don't know what fear is. We'll pick up spiders and play with them and put our fingers straight into electric sockets because we're unfamiliar with fear. But as we grow older, we get knowledge about competition, judgment, and pain. So at the age of approximately 6, we will not pick up spiders anymore or let anyone see us without our bathing suit top at the beach. We will be afraid to be laughed at if we fall. So as we grow, we do need courage. I grew up in Kazan, in what used to be a somewhat shady neighborhood, the kind of neighborhood where you grow up not really studying too much because you know you're not going anywhere anyways, where majority of people spend their entire life without goals or dreams or growth. So naturally, in this kind of atmosphere, the only way to entertain yourself is conflict. That's why a lot of my friends and acquaintances at school were involved in all kinds of gang activities, street fights, and other drama. And this has an effect on you as a child because you know, if you're in an argument with them and you don't scream as loud, you lost. If you show uncertainty, hesitation, or God forbid, fear, you lost. And you losing erases you from the radar of being worthy. You're a coward. You're disrespected. You're not considered. So I wanted to make sure this does not happen to me. That no louder voice, no older brother of another kid, no gang could scare me or make me irrelevant. So at the age of 9, I joined the karate section at my school. And I thought it would teach me how to be brave. But what it really taught me is how to be afraid. But first things first. So as many of you probably know, karate is a Japanese martial art, and the style which I did is Kyokushinkai. And like all other martial arts, karate is not simply about fighting. Its 3 main pillars are self-improvement, discipline, and hard training. And the first phrase of Kyokushinkai prayer says, "We will train our hearts and bodies to achieve a firm and unshakable spirit." So little did I know that at the age of 9, I'll start training to achieve an unshakable spirit. But I did. So today I'm here to reflect on small parts of karate philosophy through my own experiences. As a young girl, I was pretty unsettling, very confident, and too stubborn. So the first lesson that karate taught me was how to put away my ego for the way of self-perfection. We walk into the dojo, and dojo is a place where karate is practiced with naked feet. No shoes, no socks. This symbolizes, first of all, our respect for the dojo, and secondly, our readiness to leave the outside world, our successes, our failures, our ego in those boots for the time of practice, and to completely dedicate ourselves to the teacher. We're expected to follow all commands of the black belt. And there are no positions assigned according to your age, gender, or wealth. Actually, regardless of all that, you're expected to bow, show respect, and follow all commands of the black belt. So, in real life, you can be a cool university professor, but in dojo, you can find yourself doing push-ups and following commands of the 20-year-old black belt girl. This is how I learned the first principle, formulated by the Kyokushinkai founder. With true vigor, we will seek to cultivate a spirit of self-denial. All selfish desires should be roasted in the tempering fires of hard training. But that was, of course, a small part of what I was about to learn, because soon enough I started participating in sparrings, which is what all martial arts are famous for. And when you stand on tatami in front of your opponent, this is when the real journey of self-discovery starts. You get a creepy feeling up your spine and a sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. Your heart races because you know that you're about to go out there and to be actually, physically, very hurt. And some people tell you, I was afraid, but then I thought about the endless hours I spent preparing for this. I thought about my coach, and that helped me to not be afraid and seize the moment. If you hear something like this, just know that this is absurd motivational crap. Because really, when you're out there and you know that you'll be hurt, all you can really think about is two things, actually. One, I really need to go to the bathroom. And second, I will give anything to not be out here. I don't care about all the hours I've spent preparing for this. This girl is bigger than me. There's no way I'm winning this. I just want to be out. And there's no motivation that helps. They'll tell you, do it for your coach, do it for your mom, do it for your country. None of this works, trust me. I know, because I was like this. I stood on the tatami in front of my opponent, and my coach was holding my shoulders from the back, kind of blocking a way out, as if he knew that I really want to run away right now. And then the worst thing happened. The girl who stood across from me smiled. And that wasn't a friendly smile like, hey, so we're about to go hang out on tatami together. That was a smile of confidence. She was certain she was going to win. And I was really, really afraid. And my coach noticed it too, so he whispered to me, don't turn away. Don't let her break you before the fight even starts. And I just kept whispering, why is she smiling? Why is she smiling? Why is she smiling? She's not even afraid. And he said to me, Karina, everyone's afraid. The real hero is not the one who's not afraid. The real hero is who is afraid, but goes and does things anyways. And so I went. She did not manage to win, but she did manage to break my toe in that fight. And the first minutes after the fight, you don't really even feel it, because the adrenaline is so high. You don't know if you broke anything. But after a few minutes, it kind of kicks in. So my coach took me to the doctor, and the doctor confirmed the toe is broken. Now the spotlight is at me. Everyone looks, and they expect, what am I going to say? Am I going to continue the competition? Because now that I won the first fight, I have 2 more to go. I really would like to say that at this point, I have conquered my fear, and I just kept on fighting, but no. That's not how it works. I was still really, really afraid. And a broken toe, I mean, come on, that's a really dignified way out. But I decided not to take it, and I continued my participation. That day, I won all the fights. But most importantly, I won another lesson from karate, which is there is no universal answer on how to conquer fear once and for all. Karate achieves the mastery of the mind and spirit through a vigorous preparation of the body. It transcends you from anxiety and panic through a continuous, everyday fight over your laziness, fear, and pain. Dr. Joseph Ledoux, who has dedicated his life to the research of the brain and the fear center, says that when animals feel threatened, they respond by either remaining motionless or moving away from the harm. When people are faced with fear, they respond the same way. So remember, when you're faced with a hardship or fear, your natural reaction will be to move away from it. But there is no resolution to fear in escape. Actually, the suffering from fear comes from a painful postponing of the moment that you're afraid of. Under the sword lifted high, there is hell making you tremble, but go straight ahead, and there's the land of bliss. Thank you.